Context. Let's see what the SABC has to say, reporting a net loss of 411 million rand today. That was for the financial year that ended in March. The loss has widened from last year. We were at minus 131 million. Acting Group Chief Executive James Aguma has attributed some of this loss to foreign exchange losses, the broadcasting of unforeseen events and reduced tax breaks.
The broadcaster continues to obtain qualified audits from the Auditor General's office. Qualified audits are instances where the AG passes an organization's financial statement but identifies areas that it's not fully satisfied with in terms of financial accounting. However, the number of concerns has reduced in the last few years, with only one, that of irregular, fruitless and wasteful expenditure, remaining an obstacle. The SABC says it's working on eliminating this problem, much of which the executive blames on poor historical document management.
So we are trying to go into history, and we did this consciously as the board. I advised the board that we need to get a service provider to sit here and go into history and dig up these things. Because if we take internal staff to do it, they will still fail in trying to do their normal jobs.
In the financial year 2014 to 2015, the SABC boasted having 1 billion rand in the bank, but that cash flow reduced to just over 881 million rand by the end of March this year. The executive of the broadcaster says investments in capital infrastructure, the purchase of sports rights, which are often denominated in foreign currency, and unforeseen events of national significance, which needed to be broadcast, and other expenses, served to put a dent in the corporation's finances. The broadcaster argues that while a profit would be ideal, its mandate as public broadcaster means that it's more concerned with executing on social imperatives like broadcasting in 11 languages, investing in minority sports and more, rather than necessarily having a bottom line that's in the black.
If we were supposed to compete, I think SABC can do very well if we can play in that space of commercial and focus on commercial. You will always get profit, but we are not in a business of profit. We are in a business of making sure that we service our audience.
The SABC says it only receives 3% of its funding from government, and it expects advertising revenue to be volatile given the low growth economic climate. However, it says it's looking at possible new revenue streams, but the executive kept mum about what those might be. Nompumelelo Siziba, SABC News, Johannesburg.